Well, ladies and gents and the rest, today we're gonna try to make an updated guide for Molten Core. I have a bad news, so it now is worse than it used to be. You need higher levels to be able to progress, but overall it's much worse, mostly because Blizzard nerfed me to wagon, but we'll get to that. Let's go to the raid and see what is changed because some bosses are still the same. Okay, Lucifron, Lucifron, Magmadar, and these twins are the exact same. Even though execute does less damage for them to them, you still need execute to on the first two bosses to kill the ads, to kill mini bosses. It's still the same thing. Don't change any strategy. Everything is the exact same. The only change on twins that I know is I believe that those flaming illusions that they spawn cannot be crowd controlled anymore. So bandits can't stun them. But the solution, you all know that, right? Safe pilot with stealth, bam, one shot. So super easy, super schmeezy. Garr is the first boss that I had to do by hand, first time ever, because before that we would do double Jaina and we would just throw executes without even taking a single tower. Now, because execute is nerfed, Garr also has a different mechanic on the last phase, but we'll get to that as well. So we're gonna start with Garr. All right, Garr. We're going to be using Drakisat and Tyrion. I believe it's Old Guardian strategy. So the idea is very simple. Drakisat is for obviously if you have low levels, Drakisat is extremely powerful. He can take down things that are much higher level than Drakisat. So the idea is very simple. Drakisat pushes his lane. Tyrion doesn't go anywhere. He only throws Tyrion he adds Tyrion to Drakisat's death balls, and which means that the idea of this deck is that when you take a tower and the golem comes, you kill the golem and it blows up. When it blows up, everything has to be healed ASAP, and it's protected by Drakisat's aura. And that is how you move forward. Boom, boom, boom. It's super easy, super schmeezy, right? Tyrion doesn't go anywhere. He only defends his side, doesn't take any towers, and obviously you're gonna get a lot of gold capped a lot of times. So for that, we'll take frozen skeletons and we just put them on the Tyrion side to help them defend, right? Because on Drakisat's side, nobody will ever get to the core. It can only happen on Tyrion's side. That is pretty much the strategy. We'll do it. We finished the first two phases, and then I will obviously. I will show you a couple of like what happens, what is different in this fight, because now Garr works a little differently at the very end. And yes, and also the thing that I forgot. Yeah, that's the right video. Sorry. The thing that I forgot to say is we need Dark Iron Dwarfs, and don't forget, when Dark Iron Dwarf takes 1 gold, it gives 2 gold, 1 to you, 1 to your teammate. So it's always good to take 1 gold with 2 gold dwarf. Don't forget that, okay? See, I'm throwing skeletons here because I don't really need anything else right now. I hope the setups are easily understandable, right? Everybody knows what we're doing. By the way, also, there is one more very important life hack. When Witch Doctor kills this golem, like he's channeling the golem, right? When the golem dies, it puts a shield on everybody, and then when the golem blows up, it doesn't affect anybody. So that is the idea. Also, we need Blizzard here because we're going to Blizzard things like that. Like watch, boom. See, I'm Blizzarding this elemental because if I don't, it might get to my tower that is being constructed and it will take the tower back. And if it takes the tower back and you take it back, you're going to spawn 1 more golem. So I hope you understand all these things. That's why we need Blizzard here. And everything else is just for damage and Witch Doctors, Pyromancers and stuff like that. For some reason it's lagging. It's a cut from my stream, I'm sorry. See, Tyrion is super protected. So my guildmate gave me 1 Tyrion, and it's more than enough because I have 2 shamans. So we get into the boss. We're gonna start attacking the boss, and you will see that Drakisat will beat the crap out of the boss. And that's why we actually don't need to push 2 lanes, because 1 Drakisat is more than enough to just annihilate the boss, right? That's why while the second guy is gonna be on his way to Drakesat will already phase switch, which is exactly what's happening. Okay, here's one more thing that you need to know. You see, on the second phase, I hope you all know all the mechanics because they're on my previous guides. I don't want to repeat this mechanics all the time, right? It's gonna be like a 2-hour video again. So right now, when he's doing the phase switch, he is destroying your towers. However, if you're if the level of your core and your towers is, I believe, 28, maybe 27, it's not gonna kill your tower. It's gonna have a little bit of HP left, but it's gonna stay here, which in my opinion makes it extremely unfair because now it encourages you to have more levels again. This is one more reason to have more levels. So this thing would not happen if your towers were level 28. Okay, so what we do now, we repeat the exact same thing. We need to do the phase switch to get them to get the boss to phase 3, and then I'll show you what happens on the phase 3 because I didn't know that. I asked the devs and they confirmed, but you need to see that first. All right, so we're stopping earth elementals, the mini bosses here, so they don't get to the tower, and we kill them right before they get there. We don't have any witch doctors, that's why we're not gonna get shields when the elemental dies, and that's why we're gonna get damaged. Watch. Okay, there we go. This is ideal. So we kill him, it blows up, and we're all alive. Obviously, more Tyrians and Shamans we have, less shit we can give. Okay, here's one more thing that you need to know. Why Drakesat is the best choice for this hero. You see, look at Drakesat right here. Like, he's doing some kind of AoE around him. It's the mechanic of the boss. He throws this dot on the closest unit to the boss, and this dot works until this unit dies, which means you see this little stones around Drakesat. So until the Drakesat dies, these stones will be damaging things around. But because we have shitload of healers, because Drakesat is reducing damage, elemental damage to everybody because he's resistant, right? He gives you resistant aura. We don't care about it. That's one more reason to have Drakesat. Because he pretty much ignores this mechanic because he's extremely powerful, okay? So we get into the boss. Yeah, now you can clearly see this. Oh my god, why is it so laggy? Can't believe it was shown like that on the stream. Alright. Everything is fine. Okay, now we're hitting the boss. Watch. The boss is going to the phase 3. Now it's phase 3. And look what happens. Now we can barely hit the boss. We're attacking the boss, but the boss's HP is reducing much slower. You know what happened? When you get the boss to the phase 3, when you get the boss to the phase 3, he also gets a resistant trait. So the boss is now armored and resistant. That's why it might be a little harder to kill the boss at the end, because before that the boss wouldn't get resistant trait. Also, the boss starts damaging your cores. You know, it starts throwing the like avalanche of rocks. But now it's a little better for us because it throws these stones every 3 seconds instead of every 2 seconds, so that makes it a little bit easier. We still kill the boss because, like I said, Drakesat is just a monster, right? Come on, there we go. So that is Garr. No double Jane anymore. All right, Baron Geddon. First time ever we cannot one-shot the boss. Let me tell you what's happening and how to counter that and what units we need for it. I tried to do it with low-level decks, but my guildmate was not like super low level, so you know, it's really hard to find a guildmate who is as much of a bum as my free-to-play account. Anyway, we have 4 towers. 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you take all these towers, nothing is gonna be spawned on the map. I believe Baron Geddon spawns 1 fire elemental every 10-15 seconds, but it's no big deal. Thing is that, like I said, if you take all the towers, there will be nothing to spawn units from. The problem is that Baron Geddon walks like this, and he will take all these towers back. Okay, and as soon as he takes one tower, everything, technically the units are supposed to be spawned from every tower, but they're going to be all spawned from one tower, the one that he will take. So as soon as he takes it, try to take it back. Okay. One thing you need to know, when you get him from phase 1 to phase 2, he spawns 8 fire elementals on top of whatever is happening in the encounter at that moment. Okay, so if you have control in all the towers and you get them to the phase 2, he will spawn 2 elementals on each tower, and you're gonna have to defend that. Okay, and on the second phase he will spawn tornado that is roughly of like this size. It will go slowly like this, which means it will hit everything, including towers and your units and your iron dwarfs and everything. So on the second phase, it's going to be the exact same Baron plus this tornado. And you're going to have to defend, like I said, against 8 fire elementals. On the third phase, he will add 1 more tornado. And you're going to have 2 tornadoes, and it will be impossible to protect these towers and to take them back. So the idea here is to take all the towers and not touch the boss for as much as possible until overtime. And during overtime, you just kill the boss in one, like you just throw everything at the boss and you kill him. So this is the setup that you need. Why do we need all that, and why do we need to use Undead Hero? We use Blizzard because there is one unit in that pool of units from the enemy's encounter, Drake with a burning talent. If you, like this, a Blizzard level 24 kills level 27 Drake. Drake is the only unit that can kill Chimera just by hitting it for like half a second, because it applies burning and our Chimera will die. That's why as soon as you see one Drake, feel free to spend full Blizzard on this one Drake, because the consequences are going to be dreadful if you don't. Our main damage dealer to the boss is Gargoyle. Banshee, we need Banshee to take fire elementals, because it's kind of hard to defend against fire elementals, because we only have spells, elemental damage, and that's it, right? So we need Banshee to take the fire elementals right away from our core. Execute to take towers, and to defend, as soon as the boss takes tower, you take this back with execute. That gives you more time to actually get there and spawn something else to start taking the tower back when the boss went away. Chimera is I used Frozen Talent because for some reason it would work better for me. If you manage to use if you manage to do it with double poison, it's okay too. Now, why do we need? So Chimera can take the tower solo. This Chimera can take the tower on its own, because the towers are, flame. It's a dragon tower, extremely weak against ranged attacks. So that's why we need Chimeras. Why do we need an Undead Hero? Because Undead Hero gives us 2 Undead slots where we put Gargoyle and the Banshee, so we don't have to put them here. We can put something useful, right? I hope you understand the idea. It's kind of like Onyxia. We don't really fight until we have this huge gold boost with overtime. Even though we switched to the phase 2, and we managed to survive until overtime, and then when overtime started, we burned the boss, and this is how we won. There are much better and clearer ways to do it if you cooperate well. We just, we were terrible at doing things together, at talking to each other. All right, let's go. So like I said, the first thing we need is to take all the towers. We spawn double Chimera on the left side because we know, like we've done it a few times and we failed. We know how it works, how to make it work better for us. Okay, so like I said, we Blizzard Drakes immediately because they are very, very, very dangerous. As you can see, Chimeras work really well, like I said, in taking towers. Now they're gonna go to this tower that we see, and they'll do the same thing. They'll take the tower. Okay, you see this? Drake, very, very scary, bad thing. But that Drake doesn't care about us, so it's fine. So far, nothing special. We're just controlling gold. We just taking towers and try not to hit the boss. And these elementals, they will come from the boss. They have nothing to do with taking towers, so keep that in mind. As we can see, we're not playing really well. We I lost Chimera, and I will make a lot of mistakes. This fight can be done with definitely with double 24s, as long as it's performed better than the kill that you're looking at, right? So you're gonna get a lot of gold capped a lot of times. So when I'm gold capped, I just throw chimeras on the left side so they do a full circle. Probably not the best idea, but like I said, this is our first time where we actually have to do Baron Geddon instead of just cheesing it. Oh, and I also forgot to mention when the Baron does a phase switch, he kills everything, even if it's cheat death. So if you put Harpies with cheat death on Baron Geddon when does the phase transitioning, he will one-shot even cheat death Harpies. So, okay, he starts taking the towers, and as soon as he takes the tower and leaves far enough, ideally you have to drop something on this tower to prevent it from being constructed. This is what I decided to do, or my guildmate. I don't really see who threw the blizzard. So level 24 blizzard is enough. Maybe level 2 will work, I don't know, but 24 is enough. I hope everybody can afford level 24. If you don't have level 24 blizzard, like, you shouldn't be doing raids, right? And on top of that, as you can see, my deck is not even this is a free-to-play account, so I don't really upgrade decks to diamond fully. So, okay, this is a problem, because right now they're going to damage the boss a little bit and everything will die. Yeah, that's not right. But like I said, this fight is going to be full of failures. Well pegs work actually really well at taking towers back, because when you throw them into the lava and the whelps pop up, they do damage and they cannot be hit by lava. So they pop up and they just start taking the tower back. However, there's 2 towers here that are on the ground, so you cannot do this and you can't take tower back quickly. That is a problem. So on those towers, you have to use spells and quillbores if you have them. Iron dwarfs sometimes, you know. But the idea is, yeah, try not to deal with the boss until overtime, and then during overtime. Yeah, for some reason we decided, it was me, we decided to do this phase switch. Like I said, you see this? The boss spawns 2 elementals on each tower, even if the towers are not yours, which is, by the way, the nightmare. But even if the towers are not yours, these elementals will still be spawned. So, yeah. And as you can see on the top left corner, there was like a fire tornado that will walk around and kill the towers if they're yours, units, all your units, all your flying ground, everything. So that is the mechanic of the second phase. So what we're doing is we're killing drakes. This was a waste of living bomb, but this guy has living bombs. Can you believe that? So yeah, we are waiting for the phase for overtime, and we just need to survive. That's all. Jaina can also work really well, but Jaina also can be used, from what I've heard, on Ragnaros. That's why I wouldn't use Jaina here. There are better, worse options like Thalnos, because Thalnos is barely used in this raid, or any undead hero, because we don't use them anyway. Again, killing drakes, damaging towers, trying to take the towers back. Ideally, we should have stayed on the phase 1 until now, but since, like I said, this was the figuring out the new strategy, since it was our first time killing this boss ever, right? Before that, we would just one-shot it with Harpies, Cheat Death, and Gargoyles. Is like I said, on the left bottom side, my guildmate threw well pegs. whelps popped up because it was the tower is standing in lava, and killed the elementals and defended the tower successfully. Really good. Okay, overtime, 2 drakes, and were immediately killed by Blizzard. Okay, right now we just need to kill the boss. That's all. Go like this. Now we start throwing gargoyles. So, boom. And it's really bad because this Drake just almost one-shots our gargoyles. And at this point, just throw everything that you can at the boss. This was a waste of 3 gold by my guildmate, but there's nothing we can do. Yeah, it's not easy, as you can see. A lot of elementals. Whelps help a lot. So that your second guildmate can have whelps. As you can see, like I said a million times, this is not like super low level kill. However, it can be done with super low level kills, but I just couldn't find a low level player in my guild. Okay. As you can see, this is disgraceful performance. Our core is almost dead, but we still managed to land the kill. That is how it's done. Don't forget, long story short, you take all the towers and you wait until overtime, then you start killing the boss. Like 30 seconds before overtime, you start switching from the first phase to the second phase, and then you kill the boss. You just burn the boss during overtime. That is all, because there is no way you can defend against versus 2 flaming tornadoes, because in the third phase you probably didn't see that, but there was like 2 flaming tornadoes instead of 1 circling around the map. Super hard. Like for Golemagg, the strategy is still the same. I believe we're using the old garden strategy as well. Chimeras, a lot of lion units, few spells. Don't try not to spawn ground units because they're gonna aggro those dogs. We killed it in our first attempt. It's absolutely joke if Blizzard tried to make this boss harder by allowing the boss to hit a flying, whelp eggs. I don't know, like, this is what we did. Didn't even, try to change anything from the previous time that when we did the Molten Core. So we're just throwing, chimeras with resistant trait. Whelps are tanking. We cast Blizzard. We cast spells. We take the tower. Then, we wait until this tower is constructed to spawn more stuff. Like I said, try not to spawn flying units on this burning path, so to not aggro the dog. And as you can see, we just start attacking the boss. See that dog just ran to the right side because I think the kobold stepped on the dog's burning path. Okay, we just spawn units. Attack with poison, poisoned harpies, poisoned chimeras. The boss does a phase transition, destroys all the towers, and as you can see, our chimeras still attack. The boss is very slow, and the boss kills hits one target at a time. And this was pretty much, like I said, one attempt. We have shitload of poison on the boss, and the boss is almost dead. I thought, like, how are we gonna do this? And then my guildmate said, let me drop the eggs. This was Golemagg. Absolute joke. The buffs that they gave him, no. Everything is still the same, so don't worry about it. Ragnaros. I don't know what to say. Low levels are gonna have problems. And since that... Oh, by the way, here's what happens with meat wagon if you use it. Okay. Let's see what happens. Yeah, look, it's just defend me. Oh! That's it! So we did some calculations yesterday on my stream. Meat wagon costs 3 gold and does 3 hits before it dies. Even with burning, it's still not that good because you have to set up for it, right? You have to deploy Emperor, who is kind of useless against Ragnaros. And then you have to throw meat wagon, and then it does 3 hits and dies, so it's not Really good. Whelps, if you use like even if you use 3 gold whelps, they will still do more damage before they die. And whelps are cheaper if you use it with rend. And sometimes whelps do even more damage than they should before they die, because the animation, like as Ragnaros, instead of hitting them, he starts throwing meteors on towers, which means whelps live longer, and it's just super bad now. Maybe some maniacs will be able to to land the kill with meat wagons, but as you can see, they completely destroyed it. In my opinion, this is absolutely unfair because we didn't use execute. It wasn't cheesy mechanic. It was purely developed. It was a community developed kill, the strategy, and they just nerfed it because they just didn't like, because it was smart, pretty much, which in my opinion is super ugly. And now double rend, ladies and gentlemen, double rend. What can I say? If you don't have if you have double rend and it's super low level, try to upgrade the full deck with diamond, because you will need this rend deck for everything. PvE, PvP, this is the best hero. You will always find use for this hero in any activity. Also, rend, if your rend is boosted, it's even better, because if you don't have deep breath will help a lot in this fight, because deep breath of high enough level kills pyromancers and fire hammers, which is the most painful thing, because they kill whelps, they kill harpies, and that's exactly what we're using to kill other things on this encounter. So if you have boosted slot, put blizzard into the boosted slot, and that blizzard, I believe, even if it's blue, it's going to be like what, level 27, 28, I believe, right? 27. It will be able to kill pyromancers and firehammers. It's not as good as a deep breath, but at least it does the job. That is the pretty much the only advice I can give you. If you want all the strategies, all the mechanics, you can go to my previous guides, because, like I said, I don't want to repeat that a million times. I don't even need to do commentaries on this fight. I'll just leave you this kill, because, like I said, my account is free to play, but my guildmate is not. That's the lowest level that I could find. What can I say? Blizzard fucked us really badly. That's all. I'll take the middle.
Oh shit. Yes.
Yep.
Okay, that was
Get
a good
this?
start.
So, alright.
Whoop, lost the towers.
Both of our rends made it.
So many harpies.
Well, living bomb is coming, eh?
Yeah, I'm waiting for it before deploying my rend,
That's a smart idea.
but it's not coming. Did it come? I didn't see it.
Well, it doesn't always come. Maybe motherfucker, he didn't have enough gold. Thank God. I'll try to banshee this piece of shit, this molten giant. Don't know if it's gonna work. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'll take this. I guess we can't punch him. Okay, never mind.
There it is.
Oh. So you do think about me. Okay, this attempt is much, much better, man. Oh, shit! Alright, alright.
Yes.
Alright, thank you very much for the follow, PWR. You are the men. I hope you know that, man. Okay,
The man with the plan.
both. Yet. Okay, I have a problem. Don't know what to kill this elementals with. Lord, help me on the left side.
Let's say.
Don't know what to kill him with. Okay, I'll take this guy, take this guy. Yeah. Honestly, it's not like super fair, I'll be honest. Your
Who
level
cares if it's fair?
your level 29 harpies are not good, man. Not good. I don't like that. Do, 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 do. Christ. Look what is there, man. I mean, I can go like this. Okay, good. Shit.
Okay, I think we
Got this.
prevented the towers from building, so that's good.
Yeah. Deep breath is a fucking thing here.
Fucking. Oh my god, I hate this guy so much.
Wait a second. It's not our guy. No way.
We lost that chest.
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Oh my god. Some reason. Good. I want overtime, please. I want overtime. I want overtime. We have. This is a perfect timing, actually. Yes, sir. Now we can. Okay. Ragnaros. So, those mini bosses come in the middle, right there. Okay. Now go on, big dick. Cheap damage, cheap damage. Ragnaros, cheap damage.
I'm trying.
Cheap damage. Cheap damage, cheap damage, cheap damage. Well, yes, this is how I'm gonna go.
Yeah, this is dying now. It's
Okay,
fine. Just keep dropping shit. Got plenty of time.
yeah. Unfortunately, this is a very... Well, not yet, man. Still alive. There we go.